Good morning. This is Blair with Live and Learn Gardening. It is going to be a hot one today. I think it's going to be 106. So I'm trying to get out here a little early and throw some of this compost onto my beds. This is cow manure, and then on the bottom there's just regular compost. I'm going to throw both of these on. I'm not going to try to pre-mix them or anything. I've just got too many beds and too little time. So I'm going to cut open the top. I'm going to pour probably first the cow manure, which is fully composted cow manure, over the top of one of the beds, and then I'm going to put the compost over that, which I think will help maintain moisture on the soil surface level. So let's get started. All right, this is the soil that I got. It's actually pretty much all compost, not soil. I've got organic compost, contains no biosolids. Biosolids means it doesn't come from the water waste treatment plant. And this is done in Dallas, Texas. I'm in Austin, Texas, so still a little bit of a hike, but at least it's within the state, though our state is huge, I guess. I think this is a pretty good company. I've used them before. The other thing I've got is cow manure. The big thing about this is I think it says somewhere on there that it is organic, and you do want organic because if pesticides are used in the food that goes into the cows, there can be some residue. So just something to think about. I think this one does say pesticide free somewhere on it. Having the right tool is half the battle. So let's get going here. Hopefully I don't smell too much like cow manure after we're done with this. I could also use a knife, but this usually gets me started and pretty much good to go. All right, got the bag open. Let's go dump it on the bed. Dump in a bunch of this throughout the bed. And I'm probably going to use most of this bag for this bed. So all I'm doing here is putting a thin layer across the base of the bed and spreading everything out. I'm not trying to, at this point, refill this entire bed. I don't have enough soil for it. What I'm trying to do is give these plants some extra nutrient. See how lovely, rich, and black this soil is. This is composted cow manure. It's a great resource for these plants. And we're just gonna cover the soil. All right, now we're putting in the compost. You'll notice this also, you'll notice this also has a very rich, dark texture to it. And that's what we want to see in our compost. We want to see a nice, dark, rich soil. Healthy soil is as dark as you can get it. Dark brown and almost black is basically what you want. So this bag is 2 cubic feet, and the other bag, the cow compost, just the way it's sold, is in 1 cubic foot bags. So I try to do a 1 cubic foot cow compost and a 2 cubic foot organic, roughly, per bed. And that should give me a couple of inches of compost out here. It's amazing, so much better. I will say it's a lot harder to put compost on when there's all these plants in there. Getting around them is kind of challenging, but it'll be good. All right. Definitely a little messier to add the dirt when you've already got plants in there, but I think this will really help my sweet potato production. I put in about 1.5 cubic feet to 2 cubic feet in this bed. Just went around and added a little bit of dirt. This one was yesterday, so it's already drying out a little, but definitely an improvement to the soil in this area. So this compost will break down over time and add nutrients to this bed for the fall season. Probably need a little more soil for this one, but it's a good start, and there's already a plant in there, so I don't want to fill it all the way up, but this is kind of the dirt that I had. And again, this compost will break down kind of over the season. The nutrients in it will be available for probably fall and then also again in spring. I do this every fall and every spring, add a couple of inches of compost to the top of the soil. So this bed I particularly wanted to get some compost on top of because the soil was completely uncovered, which is a little brutal in this Texas heat. I do have this kind of netting over the top, row cover over the top, but definitely the compost that I put on is going to help protect the soil. Look at that rich compost. When I say protect the soil, I largely mean that one, there's going to be some vital new nutrients added to the soil, and two, there's just an extra protective layer of compost over the top while we get through these last couple of weeks of hot summer. Ideally, I would get some straw and put it over the top of the compost to protect even the microorganisms in the compost, but haven't been able to find any straw yet, so still working on that. Once I find some good weed-free organic straw, I will try to get that in here before too long. Just the remainder of a couple of bags on, so there's at least some compost here. Probably before I do my next round of planting, I want to do another couple of bags of compost throughout the garden and particularly in this bed.